Yeah, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, let me tell y'all what happened. She just gonna hit the record button and everybody mouth wide open. What's happening, players? Welcome to I Ain't Trying to Be Funny, but this heifer right here just hit the mute button.
Oh, now I'm a heifer. Oh, now I got to cut you. I'm all right, Obie. You finna be Obie next time I see you.
What's happening,
crazy.
pimps and player? We got somebody new on the show today.
Yeah, we got Robin. Hey, Robin.
Hello. Thank you for
Yes,
having me.
Hoppo.
Thank you for having me. I'm ready to get into some things.
Yes, that's what we ready to do too. So, what we talking about then, Kim? What we got Robin on here for?
Because Robin wants to run her mouth with us.
Yes,
that's good.
Yes, she
Basically.
And we are here for it.
This is a safe space of heifers that's just gonna talk about these shows. So we're gonna start with Howard Book 2. So this episode was called Birthright. Interesting name.
Who's Birthright?
Yes, you see where I'm. Yes, when I saw the title of the show, I was like, okay, let's see if it talks about Birthright at all. Okay, we'll get into it. All right. What y'all think about this episode? Oh, by the way, Robin, this is episode 3. Yes, this is episode 3. The first episode, we gave it like I gave it like a D minus, C minus D.
It was pretty bad.
And then I don't think we gave the second one a grade. Did we get a second one a grade?
Yeah. Well, I gave it a C.
I think it got a little better, a smidge better. So we'll grade this one at the end. Let's talk about it. What y'all think?
For me, the issue so far, this is episode 3, is writers for certain shows, 50 Cent them. I don't know who they got in the writers room. But normally if somebody opens up the show that's shot and in a coma and life and death situation, seeing ghosts, they don't bounce back in 24 hours like that. Up and out and move. Like, it's just, I think I'm not a medical professional, but I don't understand. That's the part that's bothering me, because it would be more understandable if she would have stayed in the hospital, stayed bedridden, without no wigs, no makeup, no designer clothing, and she's still doing, giving orders, but you just got shot up and you was on the hospital deathbed talking to your dead baby daddy. So
yeah, and then when she had to meet the first time, she was all like she stalled, but like, come on, you're not hitting, you're not batting 1,000 right now. You need to sit it down.
Yeah, it's not like she just got like stabbed in the arm like it was a small thing. They opened it up like it was a big deal that she got shot and was hospitalized. So now all of a sudden you running stuff and you up and moving and shaking. I'm like, what is the sister?
Well, she did faint. She did faint. They tried to go back to a little bit of realism.
Exactly. That was the issue for me. I'm like, well, it's too late for that. Like, she already back in her boots with the fur. Like, it's kind of too late for that.
The boots with the fur.
The boots with the fur. And it's just, I don't know. It's like they're trying to pack on so much in each episode. And like, it could be a bit like, can we pace it a little bit better? A little bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's my job. My job is to point out all the unrealistic shit that happens on these shows, because I'm a bit cerebral when it comes to, analyzing and giving my opinions about these shows. And those are the little things that stick out to me too. And you're right. But at the same time too, as we talked about on last week, Mary more than likely heard something from Drew and Diana's conversation, and she probably like, let me get up out and hit this bed before they kill me for real. Let me watch what these people doing. And she's like up and out. So kind of don't know what the method is behind that particular madness, but I get it. Yeah, that's one of them unrealistic things.
This is, and now Tariq is like, I mean, I don't think they making him out to be like this super smart, like drug. To me, it doesn't give that, but they're trying to give him this. I can do it. You know, he don't get caught doing that thing. He's just so brilliant at all his schemes and plots. And I'm like, come on, dog.
So let's start from the beginning. The first thought I had when it first came on was, how the hell do you know a car broker that's just gonna show up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna take these two, but I'm gonna take 10% off for scratch and dent. You don't know if they stolen. I mean, okay, so are we supposed to assume behind the scenes she had a whole questionnaire and she was asking them questions?
No, Pinky hooked it up. So I figure Pinky, it's, Pinky is the plug out here. And so whatever you need, Pinky gonna find it for you. So I think Pinky arranged all of it and was like, I got 2 cars for you. It's a this and a that. No questions asked. Take it as is. And so I think it's just some kind of street deal. You ain't supposed to be thinking that hard about.
Yeah, and if you can find Pinky, you can find another plug. So why did he have to go to Davis to find another plug?
I just think that's my issue. Is like, if what point, to me, from what I recall, you were always trying to do this just to make a little money because of the situation with your mama and witness protection and all that. But it seems like now you don't see there's no getting out for you. You keep diving deeper into it for me, and it's like, okay, so then you had the nerve to say, well, the last episode of this episode, you just want to be we can't just be students. No, because you don't want to be a student.
But he said that. He said that to Davis. He said he can't be regular because he feels like he didn't choose it himself. Right. He was forced into it. He's only broke. He was, though, because they kicked him out of the drug game. He didn't choose that. Everybody turned on him.
That should be a good thing.
No, but he doesn't have his trust fund either because that guy
don't have no money.
He don't have any money. He didn't have anything left. Yeah. And he like school ain't gonna cut it because he used to being rich.
And he had to have 3 jobs.
Yeah. And that's not hot. Like,
so in my mind,
I'm trying to date nobody with work study.
Listen, I understand. I guess in my civilian brain, I'm thinking about death in jail and prison. So in my civilian brain, I'm like, okay, it looked like the Lord is trying to tell me something. Like maybe I should just keep low and get out the game.
Right now.
But right now, maybe the Lord, God, he's trying to tell me something. Suge Avery, come on now. But again, it's TV, so it's TV, so we have to go with the crazier route. Because like I said, all his deaths, he's a sharpshooter,
But the show is also called Power. You don't have any power if you're just a regular student doing work study.
Yep.
I think that's the thing.
And he was raised in the game. He don't want to be Ghost, but he like Ghost. He not Ghost 2.0. He Ghost 0.5. He's 0.5. Yeah, he's not. He ain't slick like Ghost is. But we didn't get to see Ghost in these early stages either. Right. He might have been a knucklehead too.
That might be what they're trying to do now. Is kind of show you maybe what it could have been like.
He's repeating the same mistakes that his dad did, even though he thought he was better than him. You don't know what's gonna happen out in these streets. He got his white boyfriend. Who said that? Oh, you got your white boy. Like Tom.
That's what the new Connect said.
Oh yeah. I was like, I was feeling like no new friends, like no more new characters. I did not want this new guy. And
we just getting used to Noma and them, like
Noma with the big ears. Her ears are flapping in the wind.
I think that's the thing for me is when they do introduce the kid, and then she's such a new big character, and it's kind of she get on my nerves. Honestly, I don't like
Yeah, because
Noma.
she just came in. What was it,
She
Mecca?
was on my
Yeah,
nerves.
she was Mecca's
Yeah, that was
woman. And
his
I didn't like
woman.
when they brought Mecca in because he looked too much like Lorenzo. I was like, it's too many Puerto Rican
Hispanics.
drug dealers on the show. Monet got a type.
What y'all trying to say? Yeah, what y'all trying to say?
Monet apparently had a type. Anyway,
what y'all trying to say?
So okay. So speaking of Noma, she ain't had to do Obi like that.
I didn't think it was that. So I said maybe I missed something. Maybe I didn't see something. But again, in the drug game, we ain't got time to be feeling like you doing something sneaky, because as soon as you feel like somebody doing something crazy, you got to cut them off because either they head or yours. So I think it was a bit drastic, but you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
It was very drastic. But betrayed her how? He got some green cards a different way?
No,
that's what I was saying.
That's not it. No, he got the green cards in exchange for helping Tariq.
And
no, but he helped Tariq get away from her. Right. So she like, nah, you chose your side.
Yeah. I mean, true, it's an assumption she made, but it happens to be true. So
but he admitted to it.
So yeah, because he said he's no use to us dead. You said that yourself. Yeah. But
so it wasn't an assumption. He admitted it, and so she was just like, okay, what?
Well, he admitted it after, yeah.
Right, you working with the ops, so I gotta get, and it's so like I don't have time to. Yeah, I don't have time to play it where I think Tariq might want to work with. I don't have time for that, because if I don't, he's gonna get me first. But I at first, because I was thinking like him, like over some green cards, it ain't that deep. Like the man is a bigger picture for him. But like you said, you working with the op. I don't have time to be playing with nobody in this game. But remember,
all of this could have been avoided if he'd have just left. He wasn't under arrest. And Detective Carter said he wasn't under arrest, but he stayed seated. And I was like, if he's under arrest, I'm leaving.
That, it wasn't just that. He should have kept his mouth shut. He told his brother how he got the green cards, and his brother's the one that spilled it. Nobody would have ever known all of that, because the detective Blue Eyes put it all together, Carter. But he hadn't told Noma yet. She didn't know what he got arrested for.
Right.
So I just think, they talk
too much. Talk about that? Can we speak on Detective Creepy Light Skin Man? Because one thing he's gonna do is play a creepy light skin man, and I don't know where he came from. And I'm like, how did they let you on the force? Didn't you throw them children out that window? I don't understand.
Listen, that's not the same movie. You talking? Was that him? And that's
next two.
I will never forget. That's
when
why
he held him out the balcony.
How you become a police officer? That was him, and I'll never forget. He's a green-eyed bandit. So I just feel like, where did you come from? Why are you here?
What's his motivation? He briefly mentioned his dead wife in the first episode, but I need
who we don't know who it is.
Like, how is she connected to all of this? Why did he have such a hard on for Tariq?
We don't.
Why did any of them have a hard on for a child
with this baby? Yes.
They're telling us subliminally what's going on.
A baby that's broke. Like
what? It's a P. Diddy thing. What? They like.
I think what they're trying to do is
no.
And I think the issue is
I'm kidding.
I know. I'm just like, that's not it.
I just think that they're trying to tie everything back to the hatred of his father, because that's the only thing I can come up with, is they keep bringing up the St. Patrick name and your father. So I guess on his rise to, success and power in the game, James St. Patrick must have burned through some people. And now that he's in the game, they're like, okay, I couldn't get him, so I'm going to get you. But it's like, again, y'all are introducing these characters in such a random way.
Right.
And that's the only thing I can think of is that's where it's coming from. You he went through his father and the father got him on something crazy. That's the only thing. Because who are
and that's
you?
it. That's exactly what you're exactly right, because James St. Patrick was a successful drug dealer, which got him all the way up into politics. And so that could be a bit of jealousy as well, that, you know, now here comes Tariq and he got this St. Patrick name and he's supposed to be bigger, badder, and better than everybody else. And you think you bad because of who your daddy was. That's jealousy. That's jealousy talk.
Yeah.
That's and maybe that's why it's called Birthright. Maybe that's why the show is called Birthright, because he's supposed to be in this game. He's supposed to be good at it. He's supposed to be bigger, better, and smarter than everybody else. And he's going to get into the game through this new guy and be bigger, better, and smarter than him. So maybe that's what it is. We don't know
that's the only thing, is we're getting all these, you know, this new character. And what's funny is we didn't even got to the rest of the Tejadas, but I just don't like these, like you said, these new characters. We just got used to Noma. Now we got this green-eyed, creepy, light-skinned bandit man, like lurking around every corner.
Yeah,
like,
and now we got a drug dealer and his crew, and he doing Fight Club. And I was like, it's too much going on. They rushing. Too much.
And that's what I said. That's like they packing too much in, and they're not letting the rest of the storyline breathe.
Play out.
Yeah.
I mean, just like last week when we said it's totally unnecessary for Diana to be pregnant. We do not care about that at all.
No, it's unnecessary, but I figured a pregnancy was gonna pop up between her or the other girl.
I thought it was because gonna be Effie.
Right, but I think it was coming. I figured it was coming because of them sleeping around. I said somebody gonna pop up with a baby. Now it's unnecessary because she got rid of Dr. Umar's little brother, spoken word dude.
Not Dr.
They got rid of him, the fake spoken word man. I said laying on Plymouth Rock, laying on me. They got rid of him. They got rid of so it for Diana it makes no sense because they got rid of that guy. So it would have made more sense for Effie to be pregnant because she's dealt with Tariq and Kane. So it would have made a better storyline actually. So that's why I was like, I knew it was coming, but I would, like you said, Keita, it would have made, to me, it would have made more sense if it was.
I thought it would have been Effie, and Effie probably her biggest dilemma would have been whether to tell them about the abortion or not. Because Effie would have been like, I'm not doing it.
She'd have been like this too. And that's why I said, I think I said last week on the podcast, I can't remember, but I just really don't feel like Tariq would slip up like that.
Yeah, but I think she slept with him after fake Umar was gone, though.
Right. So, that was
she was with Tariq like at the end of the season.
I'm just saying with y'all, the way that y'all are saying about Effie, you know, she's trying to, you know, have her own stuff, have her own money. She came from poor. She had a totally different life than Tariq. She wouldn't let a baby get in the way of what she's trying to do. I feel the same for Tariq. I don't think that Tariq would slip up in that way either. First of all, he don't really have nothing. And second of all, I feel like he's too much of a hustler too to let something like that get in his way as well. I just don't.
Diana could have like told him she was on the pill or something. She might have done something. And it does kind of make sense for it to be her, so that when he finds out when he finds out that she the one took that letter to Kate, that'll be what saves him from killing her.
Because you know it's coming.
Kane gonna kill her. Kane gonna kill her.
I would have rather it been Effie because
pregnant women on TV.
Well, that's because she wouldn't have been. Effie would have aborted that dang baby. But I'm just saying the dilemma would have been better for Effie, but because they kind of written Diana to be the messy, one of the messiest people, that's kind of where her character arc is. So they just left it over there with that. But like I said,
she'll have to have a miscarriage so that they can kill her. They don't kill pregnant women on TV. So Kane can't kill her unless she loses the baby. That's just how I think it would have to play.
But if Kane don't know, if Kane don't know she pregnant,
the audience ain't gonna want to see them kill a pregnant woman. Is what I'm saying. So in order for Kane on the show to kill her, her character will have to have a miscarriage first.
Did you take a poll? I never heard that. Okay.
I've never seen it. So
I don't know. I don't know. That's kind of, I mean, okay.
I roll with it. Out there for power. That's a little out there for power.
Well,
killing a pregnant woman.
They've done some crazy stuff, you know. So what do y'all think about Tariq? Tariq showed his smartness and cleverness, and he got Effie to tell Kane about the other drug dealers, but even though he lied and said they were on the campus, that part wasn't true. But wasn't it clever that he told Effie and then Kane removed the people from the competition? What do y'all think about it?
I thought it was more clever that Kane figured out that, you know, something ain't right with the whole story. I think that was even more. I thought it was more clever on Kane's part. It was smart. Tariq showed a little bit of his, you know, back in the day brains. Yeah. But they're showing us more so that Kane is, you know, he's waking up.
He's not as dumb as everybody think he is.
He ain't as dumb as they think he is. And speaking of Kane, he a little dummy, but he's getting better. But speaking of Kane, I found it interesting that last episode, like the end of last season, the beginning of this season, he's like acting like he's in love with Effie. And now all of a sudden he down to smash with Noma. I called it last week. I mean, I guess it was pretty obvious that they were going to do it, but he didn't even need any kind of like push or
but Noma is in power though, and he don't want to die.
Right.
He don't want to die.
I don't think it's because he want to be with her for real. He just know that's what he's trying to be. And then after Obi did, you know that's where he's trying to be. Now, I was not, like I said, really, we gonna put Effie. I wanted Effie with Kane before I wanted Effie with Tariq, but now that you knew she slept with Tariq and you still gonna mess with her, like you lame for that. That's minus 100 points, Kane, because yuck. But
they was all booed up in the dorm room, and then the next scene he's sleeping with Noma. It just was choppy or something for me. Something was missing in there.
Well, it was.
I think he's doing it to stay safe. He's to stay on a good
power play, play, and that's how I looked at it too. It's not really, he trying to have feelings for her. It's a power move, and I get that.
But if he all in love with Effie, he would have done it that way. I don't think it didn't follow. So y'all can say what you want. I didn't think so. I disagree. I don't like it.
Well, the way he's been. Oh yeah, they are in some aspects, but the way he's been standing up and taking up for Noma over his mama, they've been showing us little by little where he's trying to be at with Noma. The way he defends Noma to Monet and talks about Noma to everybody else, that's where I saw it heading. So, again, Noma's older, Effie's young. She didn't like what she saw when she walked in the room, but she don't understand it's a power play. If she was a little older and in the game, she'll be like, well, do your thing so we can be safe. I'm with you. You gonna we gonna be safe. But I love feelings.
I do believe Kane has feelings for Effie, but I think that Kane also wants to protect his status in that group.
Yeah, and he didn't like Effie helping Tariq. He don't like that.
You shouldn't have slept with it after you knew he messed with. Because I think the fact that it's like everybody think, girl, I just can't. I
don't like shows that do that anyway, where all the main characters just hop around bed with each other. At least Davis ain't sleeping with none of them. That's the only thing left is Davis to jump in there.
He tried. He asked her to over drinks. He tried.
I wasn't a fan of that part because I was like, it would have been better had y'all had Kane discussed it with Effie, like, you I like you, but I can't have you due to the fact that you've already messed with my sister and the girl that I like. So I would rather him play like, one of those roles with her, like, we can work together, but that's about it. Like, but now they done swept them all into this love quadrilateral, not even a triangle at this point.
Right.
It's just irritating.
Robin with the math. Come through with the math, boo.
Right. So it's irritating because it's like, like it takes away from the story being. That's what I said. The writers writing it, like letting stuff breathe. Very lazy.
They always lazy
they don't
in the
have
final
time to
season.
Let anything breathe though, because they got 6 more episodes or 7 more episodes. They ain't got time.
And it's supposed and from what I was told, Mike had told me that it's supposed to be like a lot of episodes. I'm like, how? They rushing through everything. If it's supposed to be 10, 11 episodes, we on 3.
10.
But that's what I'm saying. We're only on 3. It ain't nothing. Like I said, they're not allowing enough to breathe for it to be like, ooh, y'all are putting so much in one episode. Y'all to introduce us to Noma's daughter who looked 40, but she's playing 19.
Don't she though? Don't she though?
Let's keep it a buck. She looked about the same age as Noma, but whatever.
She was unnecessary too. We talked about that as well. Yeah. Why did you need to introduce her?
And if you introduce somebody as they introduced her, they talked about her like I thought I was about to see 11 or 12-year-old. They bring her big grown Nicki Minaj concert going self up out the woodworks. I'm like, ma'am, this is what we're doing.
Yeah, she was totally unnecessary. I agree with you on that.
This is why I would have. That's what I'm saying. Y'all could have put in a child actor before that because it would have made a little bit more sense.
But yeah, because it'll show Noma's real soft side if she really had one. But being that she's older and she just could have sent her to a whole nother country and it's so unnecessary. All right, let's move on. Monet and her new business venture. It's still selling drugs, but she want to work for herself.
Oh, I thought she was going to be doing something different. And I was like, did I miss it?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought she was going to be like, we doing credit card fraud or something. No,
I thought she was getting ready to say fashion or something. But yeah, like when Diana responded, when we make this first bit of money, that's not the word she used, but when she said that, I was like, oh, she talking about drugs. So she talking about starting over too with a new connect.
But the thing about this episode, like I said, they're not letting anything breathe because they were also doing flashbacks. That could have been one episode alone. With the flashbacks, it's like, so you're not allowing your children, even with the sister being there, reminding you of your past issues with the drug game and your kids, and then you hearing these conversations. Like you said, we all wanted it to be something different. Like, I'm thinking of getting out the game. We're going to do designer clothes.
That's what I thought you was like, I'm going to open up a clothing store or something. I was like,
I mean, it's Mary J. She should be selling some boots and fur coats. Makeup,
the whole cast, the whole cast fashion budget got to be over $1 million because they don't step out of nothing less than Louis D, Amiri, and just Dior, Balenciaga. I'm like, what is the budget for this cast fashion? But
you mean $1 million per person?
But Tariq
ain't even got no car again.
I said that though. I said he need to go get that car back from what's his name? Because you were like, why you don't have a car? And I said, what's his name got his car? What's the dude's name? Two-Bit had his car, so he went got it and sold it.
Yeah, he sold it. I'm like, you don't get to keep a car. But anyway, so Diana said she would roll with her, and Kane and Drew was like, nah, deuces, I'm gonna stick with Noma.
Yeah. But that's what I'm saying. They're building up the him transitioning over to Noma. But I just like I said, I don't like the trajectory that they're going with Monet and how it went about. Like this whole, like it would have been better had she again, stayed injured, but tried to still run things from the bed with the sister helping, which makes sense because the sister don't even need to be there. That's why I was like, why are you here? And maybe
we didn't need Golden Brooks either.
We didn't need her either. So
I'm
maybe trying to find a new
because I like Golden Brooks, but
I never did.
I do too, but
she's the same on this show as she was on the Miss Pat show.
Girlfriends.
Which is what she was on Girlfriends.
Miss Pat.
Yeah, Miss Pat.
Yeah, she was on Miss Pat.
She was? Oh my God, I didn't even remember.
Yeah, they went to Atlanta. And the
girl, that's right.
was the girl's mother.
She was y'all out of jail at the same time.
And she was the same ratchet chick she is on here. So anyway, the best part to me, which is also the worst part, the best part is when Pinky sends the ring video to Tariq and Monet. I loved it because I was like, finally, some real proof, indisputable. That's what I said. She ain't got to overhear no conversation. She ain't got to figure nothing out. It's right there in her face. But that dinner table scene was just damn tragic. I mean,
it's always
the
tragic.
acting,
Wait.
And Mary going, oh! I was like, oh my God. Roll credit. I can't.
Wait. When what is Golden Brooks' character name? What was it?
Jay. I know she called her Jay.
When she said Kane pray and Drew bust out laughing, that cracked me up.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
I did. That dinner table brings nothing but bad with Diana.
That's the same dinner table they found out about Zeke.
Yep, same dinner table.
But just don't have no more family dinners. Just don't.
At this point, that's what I would say. I'd be like, can I eat in my room? Like,
I'd be like, I ain't gonna make it. I'm sorry. I ain't gonna make it.
They don't live there. They don't live there.
Her name is Janet. Her name is Janet.
Oh, Janet. Okay.
Yeah, I'd be like, I can't make it. I ordered DoorDash. I can't.
I went got some Chinese.
I ordered Uber Eats. I can't. I'm full.
But they had dinner because it was Jay's last day. She was going home. So
okay, I'll come by, give her a hug. That don't mean I gotta sit and eat with her.
I'm not doing
I'll come by.
Well, it's too late now. It's too late now. The ring video is out. Who this?
Yeah. I loved it. She can't squirm out of it. And then so it was good. It was good.
And then Mary J said, "Oh, Drew, you knew." So now Drew and Diana are officially enemies. Kane gonna kill both of them. And
can we talk about Drew's character this season? Because he was a main. I don't like his character. Trust me, I do not like Drew. I do not like Drew. I just feel like maybe they realized people weren't feeling him and lessened his role a little bit this season, which is fine. I just wish they would have killed him off, honestly. Sorry to that man, that actor for his he might need that job, but his character got on my nerves last season, and I'm like, he get on my nerves every time he come on the screen. I'd be like,
yeah, me too. I'd be like,
and I'm like, you're not useful here. You're not you now. That it would have been Kane and Diana that found out about the whole Poppy thing, which is another thing that irritated me. Stop calling that man Poppy. Y'all look black as all get out. There's nothing half anything about y'all. But we're gonna keep that pushing because I don't want to get into a diaspora war with anybody. I don't want to go down that road. But if it would have been Kane and Diana, right? If it was Kane and Diana, would have enjoyed them trying to go after Monet for the whole killing Poppy thing. But I think Drew could have been X'd out last season. Like, we don't like you.
Kane ain't gonna turn on Monet, no matter how abusive she is.
We don't. But did he know about the Poppy thing?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like, no matter what she does, Kane is like, that's my mom. I love her. Period.
Period.
So, and Lorenzo treated him like shit too. So I don't think he would have turned on her. But I did notice, and I guess y'all did too, when he ran out in the street, he could have still shot at Drew and Diana in that car, but I think he couldn't. It may take a little bit more for him to kill his sister and brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's going to take a little bit more.
I
But
really hope he doesn't have to, but I think he will have to at least kill Drew. I can't see him killing Diana. I'm just gonna
please
tell y'all
kill
that now.
Drew.
I think he will kill Drew.
Please.
They have no love. Like
There's
he
no,
tried
because
to
he's
he
such
tried to have his back, you know,
a,
he knew his brother was gay, he wasn't tripping on that. But they all treat Kane like bottom of the shoe, and he didn't had enough. He needs to be around people that
especially
appreciate
Drew.
and love him, period. And
Right, especially Drew. I'm
who
like,
is
I
that
want
on
him
the
to
show?
kill Drew. Because Drew trying to act like
I'm
his
okay with that.
role was bigger than what it was. Like his role was bigger than Kane.
Well,
And
that's
what was
because
pissing me
Poppy
off.
chose Drew, though.
Yeah, because he's soft. Like he really knew that, because Kane is impulsive. We can say he's very impulsive and heated in the wrong moment. So I
He's the Damon of
understand
the
not.
family.
Yeah.
Right. He's very much the Damon. But his intentions, well, the road to hell is paved in good intentions. But he knew it would be better off in Drew's hands. But I'm like, if you knew Drew, he ain't about nothing. I hope
think he thought he could control Drew also. You can't control Kane. You can get him to do your dirty work, but he don't have that off button. He doesn't have that boundary. You know what I'm saying? He's the Damon of the family, who's just like, who I gotta kill.
He just be like, okay.
Right. Let me put on
no questions asked. Yeah, put my hood on.
To be done. Let's get it.
Yep.
So
and he's also like Damon in that you killed the wrong person. Oh, okay.
Okay. All right. I mean,
oh well.
But they probably still needed to die, so I'm good with it.
Right. He'd be like, all right.
Okay.
Right.
Next.
My bad. Okay, can we move on now? Can we stop talking about it?
Right.
I just don't. I'm curious to see how they're gonna do the rest of this season. Because all I know is we know that now that Drew and Diana, found out that they were the ones who set up the hit and all this. So now they're gonna go down that road. So it's gonna be interesting.
It's definitely gonna be interesting because most of the time these last seasons are booty, and even though Power wasn't bad, but at the same time we knew that there were these other sequels and prequels coming up, so we were like, okay, it'll sort of continue. But I don't know how they're gonna end this. I really don't. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be real interesting.
It'll be interesting. All right, so
you guys need to watch. Yeah, I'm done with them. You need to watch the interview the Powercast did with Sway on his radio show. I love the fact that Woody is actually quiet. He is the complete opposite of Kane, the character. I mean, everybody.
You talk about
Bobby Brown is actually very
Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
I can see that. I mean, I can definitely see that.
And everybody was talking. The whole cast was talking, and Woody was just sitting there like.
He's one of my favorites. I love him on the show. I love him.
He's a great actor.
Bobby Brown
He's good. He's good.
He's a really great actor, but he's very much. He gives like I have these roles that are larger than life that I can still deliver for. But and I guess now he's like, well, this show is over because this will be the last season, correct?
Yeah.
He like, I mean, there's nothing to talk about here, people.
No.
He might just be shy. He might just be, one of those kind of people that is different on camera than they are face to face.
Very. A lot of interviews with him, though. I've been seeing a lot of interviews.
That's why I said watch this one because I was sitting there like, are you gonna talk like?
If Sway promises to watch our show, I'll watch his. I'm gonna send him a DM.
Yeah, send him a DM.
If you watch my show, I'm just kidding.
Not doing like the little kids. If you A, B, C, 1, 2,
click
like
yes or no.
You know, little kids.
So y'all are done with Power.
We're done with Power.
We have talked next time long about it. Yeah, we've talked a long time about it. It's enough. So
all right,
we're good.
let's get into it. Hot D, the name of this episode.
I got to get it. Boy, that music comes on, I get geeked. I mean, I
so
for real get excited.
I do.
And I'm watching the tapestry now to see how it's changing. Yes.
Like,
dun, 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 dun. And I sat up and watched it.
You gotta do that with it.
I watched. Oh, so I told you Aaron is here, Robin, and I watched it again this afternoon and sat here and he watched it with me, and we had like all the same reactions to stuff. It was hilarious because he watched it before too, but we watched it again together just now.
Oh, y'all had a moment. Oh,
it might shut. It might shut.
So it's good to watch. Like when I watched it, I went over Kim B's house, and I enjoy watching it with people that I'm also have to explain stuff to because it's enjoyable for me to be like, okay, look, so this person and this is like, because if they haven't read the book, I love giving that information because it really is fun to do. I don't mind it because I have to do it at home as well, and it's
Mike didn't read the book.
No.
Well, I think that is difficult
Robin,
for this.
Spoilers. I told Robin no spoilers for you.
I think this one is difficult. I think this one is difficult because even though I didn't read the books, just being familiar with it from the Game of Thrones, I don't think it's really that easy to explain.
No, and
it's not.
I like to watch it. I'm still, even though I've read the book, I am still surprised at the changes they make. Mm-hmm. Like, I just want to see, are they going to show us this? Oh, they didn't. They did that. Like, oh, wait. So it's a lot different.
But but see, the way the book was written is through second and third accounts. So I do like you were saying, they wrote it like this, but because it's through word of mouth, they could easily make a change to it in the show. And I like that about it. It's not very exact, like Harry Potter. It wasn't no word of mouth. This is how it happened. So this is how they shot it, and that's why it became so successful. With this series, the book is very through this person's account, or that person might have heard. So I like that part. It's not very exact, it's still good.
It is. It's really good.
So this episode was called Rhaenyra the Cruel. And it opens up with Aegon, I'm going to say throwing a temper tantrum, but his son was killed, so I can't say throwing a temper tantrum. So Aegon, what?
He was throwing a tantrum.
He was destroying the castles and stuff that his father built by hand.
That was the part that had me shook. I'm like, wait,
don't do
that.
That was a lot of work. Look, I'm sitting here going,
that man built it. It's like that's like and you know how big it was. If you remember from the show how big it was, and he just smashed it. And I'm like,
like a little brat.
Just
like a little brat. And I was talking about it with Aaron. I was like, I said this last week to Kim too. Aegon is not hateable like Joffrey was.
Oh no.
We hated Joffrey's nostrils. Like, it was nothing he could say or do.
My nostrils.
We hated that little boy.
Yeah, we did.
But Aegon has his moments when you can sympathize with him, or you can see that he sympathizes with somebody else. Now, this episode, he dug his heels in on being the assholey brat. But last episode, he was trying to give sheep and money, and he's trying to be a good king.
He was trying,
but then they killed his son. His son,
right? He's basically right. He's even with all that happened.
Wait a minute. Go ahead. No, go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh.
Even everything that happened in this episode, I can't really grow to hate him. Even because it's like, again, you were put in a position that you originally you didn't want, and he's actually trying his best to do what he thinks is right. So I can't hate him for that. Joffrey was a whole nother level of evil, so we hated him. But this one, I would say, it's really not his fault. He's just trying to do the best he can because he was not even trying to learn this before they put him when his father was still alive. So that's why I'm like, it's not your fault.
Cruel. He's not
cruel.
Yeah,
he's not cruel. No.
He's not
until the end of the episode.
I don't even think that
wasn't
cruel.
his idea. That was Sir Crispy.
To kill all the rat people?
I thought you were talking. I thought you were talking about the twins. The twins were the end of the episode. The rat people was earlier.
The rat people, again, I wasn't mad about.
That was cruel.
Again, it was cruel, but he don't know no better. So even though he did,
he don't know nothing.
Exactly. So it was cruel, but I say it was cruel with an asterisk on it because he really thought that would be the better option because they didn't have a name. So
it was a tantrum.
With an asterisk.
It was a tantrum. A rat catcher killed my child. Kill all the rat catchers. This is another tantrum of his. Whereas Joffrey was calculating. Joffrey was thinking about how can I torture people? How can I
actually
be the meanest, terriblest? And he was spoiled too. Aegon is not coddled as much as Joffrey was. So anyway,
that lady don't coddle none of them children. That's why they all got issues. Yeah, Alicent don't coddle.
And they sent the youngest one away, and I forgot all about him. They didn't even keep the youngest baby.
I didn't forget about him.
Plucked him away to the uncle.
But they eliminated a kid. Now, and this ain't really a spoiler because it just ain't in the show at all. But Helena and Aegon had a whole other child. They got a whole another son that is missing from the show completely.
In the book?
From the book, yeah.
From the book.
Yeah, well, but that's what I'm saying. But Darren was in the story on the show. We just ain't seen or heard nothing about him since last season. So
Darren.
So that was the only thing about the blood and cheese was I like how they did it, but again, they cut the parts out. So they could have still had that one little boy in there because honestly, it would have still played out the way it played out. Mm-hmm. The boy would have got killed regardless. But
it's an interesting choice not to have that last baby in the show. It doesn't really take anything away, but it is an odd. It's a curious choice, I'll say.
It's a curious, but Aegon, like I said, I don't have no feelings about how he handles things because he does not know, and he also doesn't have any good he's almost his grandfather and his mother are trying to pull the string. But if you're a child that was able to do what you wanted, able to go where you wanted, didn't have no rules, no boundaries, and because he wasn't coddled and loved from his mother or his father or his grandfather, now they come in trying to regulate, he's gonna rebel. So that's kind of how I looked at it. Like, you told me I was the king and I can do what I want. And the rat catcher killed my kid, so this is how I'm gonna handle it. But that's not his fault. That's what I said. Y'all fault.
Also, here's the thing. Ultimately, here's the thing. They believed blood spilled his guts immediately. They didn't even ask him no questions.
Right.
Yeah. He was just like, Daemon Targaryen hired me. You know.
He put out the torture tools and he was just like, yeah, I'm not doing this. It was him, and him.
Yeah. And I'm sitting here going, okay, they jumped to conclusion. I mean, we know it was Daemon, but what I'm saying is they jumped to conclusions. They believed the guy who was paid to do this. They also believed about a rat catcher. I mean, it's just
why not?
What do you mean?
Why not?
They believe him. There's no proof. There was no investigation. There was no nothing.
Baby, this is fantasy medieval time. We ain't got time to be investigating.
No, they didn't even need any proof. All they know was somebody told them it was blood. They didn't care if it was proof that he did it.
Right. And all I'm saying is, then on the flip side of that, you have the hand, Otto Hightower, who is actually strategizing, who's actually thinking this through. Okay, hold up. Let's use this to our advantage. Don't do nothing. Blood could have stayed in jail. you know, we could use this to our advantage. But no, here comes whiny baby who wants to kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? And now
that's his fault. Him and his mama's fault. They were so busy plotting. They were so busy plotting and strategizing. They did not. Y'all knew the line of succession before Viserys died. Y'all should have been. They were doing
that was the plan the whole time. That was the plan.
But that's what she's saying. They should have had Aegon sitting in on the council, like Viserys had Rhaenyra sitting in. They should have had Aegon.
Yeah, but they couldn't have done it because that wasn't that they couldn't show their hand, so to speak. That they couldn't invite him in.
So now these are the consequences.
These are the consequences. You don't have to invite him in, but you can leave the room and go just tell him. You can leave the room and go tell him.
They weren't doing anything
okay, look,
like that.
This, and that. They weren't giving him any guidance. They were just letting him sleep and drink his way around Flea Bottom, and this is what they got.
And having multiple children, and that's where
sleeping and drinking around Flea Bottom.
Right. So that's their issue. That's their problem. And that's why I don't have an issue with him.
Alicent
is a grown man.
Alicent is no mother. Let me tell you the stark difference they showed us between last week and this week. Last week, when Jace came back from Winterfell and he went to talk to his mother, he broke down crying and she hugged him and they cried together. This episode, Aegon is bawling his head off. Alicent was like, I'm not doing this right now. She turned around and walked out the room.
But he didn't even console his own sister wife.
But as a mother,
the Greens are very cold.
The mother, though.
I'm saying he didn't even console his sister wife.
His mother didn't console him or her daughter-in-law daughter.
Well, she cried. No. And that's the funny part. When I said there's some funny parts. So when the show opened up and when Alicent was talking to her father and she was like, but my what did she say? My daughter, they did this to my, no, that's not what she said. They did it to her. And I'm going, her, oh shit, that's her daughter too. I completely but again, it's this whole daughter and son who are married and reproducing. And it just threw me off. It's like, what the hell? But she didn't console and he didn't console. But everybody in a corner.
But you know what you said that still sticks out? She told who? Otto Hightower. She wasn't in there with the daughter. She should have been in there with her daughter, consoling her daughter.
As a mother.
And you know what she concerned about? Girl, so when you came in the room, what happened was
she wanted to confess her sins.
And she tried to tell Otto too. He's like,
he was like, I don't want to hear it.
Don't nobody want to hear what you and have you seen online they calling him BBL Crispy? Sir Kristen Cole, they calling him Crispy, Sir Crispy Cole, and now they calling him BBL Crispy. I was like, y'all stupid for that. BBL Crispy.
Right.
BBL Crispy.
It has lacking of mothering skills was very big in this episode.
And that's why I think that's more drastic to me than him not consoling his sister wife. Because if he's never gotten affection from his mother, how he gonna know how to give it to his sister wife?
He didn't like her back.
The mother ain't giving her. The mother ain't giving them no love. She's the worst. Alicent is really bad.
Alicent is
I gotta send you the picture of the HBO Max login that Mike set up downstairs because he got my name and then he got Alicent's picture. So I was like, you petty.
Oh man, that's messed up.
Alicent. I was like, really?
Really?
It's
what we doing.
This what we doing. But what's funny is her mothering skills was put on Front Street, and then Rhaenyra's mothering skills was also shown throughout this episode too, because the best scene to me was Rhaenyra, Daemon, and the council, because when they all came in to tell her what happened, she was like, why would I do that? I'm a mother. I wouldn't do
and
that.
I just lost my son.
I just lost my child. Then she said, also, she's an innocent, and she's right. Helena don't baby, that lady don't bother nobody. Helena be in her room with her kids.
In her
She's
own
a
little
mother
world.
in her own little world.
No, she's not a mother either. She's in the room with the kids, but that's all she is, in the room.
More mother in the Allison.
Yeah, Allison ass ain't even in the room. She riding it in another room. But that's beside the point.
That's beside the point. But so yeah, I like how Rhaenyra. That's why I said, "Ooh, y'all gonna get some Emmys, honey," because that scene alone was like everybody was in shock, and it kind of bothered me. That's why I said Damon might get one because it was like everybody was like, "Who ordered this hit?" And they looking out, and they all was like,
"What did you? You sure you didn't do something in haste?" And she was like, "No, it wasn't me." They like, "You sure it wasn't you?" She's like, "No, it wasn't me. No."
The way
and Damon over here doing this.
I guess I don't know. That's what I said, that impulsivity, because he really thought they was gonna be like, "Yeah, you did a good job," but when that's not what they said, he just sat back and let them figure it out on their own. But like I said, she was able to convey, I would never. I just lost my son, and she had the daughter, the stillborn. She had that issue. You know, I wouldn't do that to somebody in their crib, a baby in their crib. Like, why would you think that?
Children like that? Right. That's not what we do. That's not what we do.
That's not what we doing. And you did.
And she was strategizing. She was strategizing. She was trying to figure out what's going on.
You see the difference, but see, that is what I love about this show. The stark difference in Rhaenyra's upbringing with her father, who had her in the council, who had her in the know, who had her, and Aegon and Alicent's upbringing. You just told him he got to be on the throne because that's his birthright and that's where he got to be at. But you didn't have him in the know of what comes with it. So I like that with stuff. Yeah. Right. So there's
I don't see how anybody can still be Team Green. They are terrible.
Oh, it's faltering. It's faltering. It's wavering. It's falling down. It's crumbling because it's like, okay, you see. I think the Team Green alliance was only built off of her
boyfriend is Team Green, Kim, for
he was
background.
Team Green for
why?
So,
right.
The first season was based off of like I said, okay. He was basing it off of how he didn't like Rhaenyra's attitude toward being on the throne in the beginning. She was very against it. She didn't want to do it. She was doing her own thing. And then the bastard thing happened. So I think that's just where he held on to it. Like,
he's judgy. Oh, okay. He's judgy.
I mean, I wasn't a fan of the bastards neither, but
her husband was gay. That was an arrangement they had. Her husband was gay.
And it happens all the time.
Yeah. Right. But in this type of work, like my thing was in this world where the male heir is the successor and they judge everything based off the lineage of the man, that was one of the issues. But I still saw the forest for the tree. I'm like, okay, but I know that's not how that's going to play out. So you got to see the forest, it's not going to work in your favor because anyway, all the brown heads in the, we lost one already. So it ain't like they going
to. You said the brown heads.
So, just real quick. Who else thought that baby was going to fall off the casket in the parade?
I think we all did.
I was so nervous.
When they were going,
and it was rocking. You can see first of all, I was like, is the baby outside the casket? Is that the baby?
Yes, it was just laying
on top of it.
Like that like Dave Chappelle back in the day. Is that a baby on the corner?
A whole baby.
A whole baby.
Hey, baby.
So they had that baby laid up there like an entree dish or something.
I was like, his head gonna fall off.
Frankenstein stitches.
Right with the Frankenstein. So then they showing him do this.
They rocking, his head wobbling. I was like, please, y'all don't let that baby fall. And when the tire went in the ditch,
fall off.
The wheel went in the ditch. I was like, y'all not finna let this baby head roll off. Please don't do that. Please don't do that.
I think all of America just knew either the body was gonna roll this way and the head was gonna roll that way. And
everybody was like this in the TV,
glued to the TV, holding your breath, like please, please, please.
and that was another thing too. That's before it got back to Dragonstone. was how they, again, another strategy. Now he was a part of that conversation when Otto was like, parade the baby through the streets so they can see. Now Aegon was in there for that conversation, but I don't think he wanted it, or was it Alicent?
He said
he didn't want it.
But wait,
and neither did Alan. Well, actually, Alicent nor Helena wanted to follow it.
Alicent, when Otto was like, "We gonna do this parade or whatever," and Aegon was like, "No, we not gonna drag my baby through the streets." Alicent was like, "Well, sometimes you got to do the, what's right, or what's, what I'm saying."
That's
like,
what she told Helena.
That's what she told Aegon in the room. She was like, sometimes you just got to do things like this, until Otto said, "Well, I want you in the parade too." And then she was like, "Well, wait, no, wait, I don't want to be part of the spectacle." Like, she was okay with it when she thought it was just gonna be Aegon.
That's your son.
He was like, "Wait, oh, me? No." Yeah. So
and then she had to go and talk Helena into doing it.
Yeah, because she ain't shit.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's becoming clear
how ain't shit she is.
How horrible. And remember,
very ain't
either season 1,
she was very ain't shit
about all of the illegitimate children, how she talked to Larys, the whispering creepy footman, and he basically burnt the whole thing.
He burnt them. He burnt them up.
And he's still pulling strings. He's still pulling strings, and they not paying attention to him. He little
little finger.
Now he little foot because it was little club foot.
So it's
first it was a finger, now it's a foot.
Right. So he's still pulling strings. But the thing I have issues with Alicent is, you also don't know how to play this game. It's still the Game of Thrones, because the throne is the ultimate goal. So you also don't know how to play this game, because once you put into order or action of how do we do this, you can't take them words back.
Nope, so you can't walk it back.
You can't walk it back. So you're still trying to play the game, but you don't know how it's played. And that's why ultimately it's not going to go in your favor, because you're still doing little things. And then it's like, wait, you cannot talk about, sometimes we got to do, like first season was all about pride. What she said? Duty and honor. You waited till your husband died, and then you got the Lord Commander up in your room. What about duty? That's the only thing I said. Wait,
she was horny. She was waiting on him to die for a long time. She was horny, man. Listen, she had to catch up. But let me go back a little bit. I don't want to get past this question that I have for y'all. The scene where Rhaenyra and Daemon, where he admitted that he had put out a hit on Aemond, but it didn't work.
The couple's conversation, that was a good scene too.
Yeah. So do you think that it really is that Daemon is jealous, or is he selfish?
I think more selfish.
I think he's just hot-headed. I just think he's hot-headed.
I think it's I can see hot-headed. I do think I don't think jealousy, because so we know that he wanted the throne from he was next in line, and and all that. Now he was rude and nasty when they did the heir for the day. That was a nasty joke, because I think what they said in that conversation was so real. Like, it was such a real couple conversation that they had. Like, when you start bringing up old ballot points, it's like, oh,
now you're bringing up old shit. Yeah. So I think he wanted the throne, but he didn't get it. He is a little bit, salty about it in the back of his mind, but I think he is still ride or die for Rhaenyra and the Targaryens and the Iron Throne. Like, for him, it's about, if you with me, you my people, you a Targaryen, this our shit. And so if Rhaenyra's supposed to be the queen, he down to do whatever to help her remain the queen. And he's like, his first line of attack is always rah, like, who we gotta kill, what I gotta do, or who we fighting, he ready to go get his bloodshed. Whereas he doesn't like Aegon. Aegon is like, rah, let's tear all this shit up, kill all the rat catchers. It's the hot-headedness. But you need somebody that's got the time to stop and think, okay, what are going to be the repercussions of this action?
Right.
And it's still not clear. The show is keeping it very vague as to if he told them a son for a son, or if they just assumed.
I think that's what he told them, because how would they know a son for a son?
Wait. Who?
Blood and Cheese.
The
Blood said
cheese.
it. Blood said it.
Exactly.
He said it.
But we don't know if Damon told them son for
they
son.
have known that's why they're doing it.
That's why I said the show left it vague. They said, what if we can't find Aemond? And then they flashed to Damon and he didn't say anything. He just gave a look. He never said it out of his mouth.
I think he said it.
But Blood said a son for a son.
Blood said a son for a son. So we don't know if he made that decision in the moment or if he was going based on orders. They never make it clear, and Damon never defend himself in this episode. All he said was, I can't be responsible for what they did.
For what, yeah.
But that's how you gonna try to clean it up. I think he said it because, again, remember, these are people in flea bottom with the lowest of the low. They don't know too much about, because, again, they don't know there's a war on the brink. They have no clue. They didn't know the Prince Lucerys got killed in Washington. They have no clue. They down there in flea bottom with the lowest people. So that's why I feel like he did tell them that, because there's no way he could just set a son for a son. How he know? He down there rat catching.
So why would they choose a son? Why would they? Yeah,
because he sent them to kill the queens. They sent him to kill Aemond, the son, Alicent's son.
Yeah.
But then when they got there and he said, oh, this one's the queen, that means that's her son, we're going to kill him. The show left it vague enough. The show left it vague enough for we don't really have any proof.
Even though Damon said the one with the blue eye, and they just totally forgot about that part.
They were in a rush because they got up there and it wasn't like they were expecting. Cheese was lost. He was like, I don't know this place like I thought I did, or whatever he said. And they were like, well,
he said he never went upstairs.
Yeah, he was like, well, fuck it. We're going to kill this the queen. Then that's her son. Boom, we killing him. Our queen's son got killed. We're going to kill this queen's son and we out. So I'm just saying it could have been either way. It could have been a specific order, or it could have been an on-the-spot decision, and the show was leaving it vague.
The reason I think it was an order was because the way he handled it when they did come in there telling them about it. I think if it wasn't a specific order, I would have been, or if it wasn't, he would have been more remorseful. Like, I did not expect him to kill a child. That would have been what I would have done. Like, I told y'all to go get the older one with the missing eye. What the hell did y'all do?
He didn't see him, and he wasn't gonna see him again anyway, because he probably wasn't gonna give him the other half, just like he wasn't gonna let what's her name, Mysaria. Yeah, he probably wasn't gonna let her go either.
10 points for Mysaria.
I don't like that. I don't like Rhaenyra and Daemon fighting.
But it was real. That's why I enjoyed it.
It was very real, but it was a little too real for me. Like, I don't want to see other couples. I want to see married couples fighting.
But
that was a valid ass fight.
I didn't say it wasn't a valid fight. I just didn't like it. I mean, in some stuff you ain't supposed. Like, I wasn't like, oh, good, they fighting. I didn't like it.
No, nobody said that, but she did need to set his ass straight that he don't need to be. At least if he's going to do some type of vengeance for her.
Because all she said was she wanted Aemond, and he went and did his thing.
He messed up. He
a hothead.
He a hothead.
But that's what I'm saying.
But I don't want it to break up the couple. That's what I'm saying. He left like, well, fuck it then. I'm going to Dragonstone. No, Harrenhal.
Harrenhal.
He like, bye then, bitch. You know, you're gonna be like that, deuces then. I'm trying to help you out.
I mean, yeah.
I don't want to see that. He ride or die for them, and she needs that. She needs somebody.
And she knows that part, but she hates the fact that he does stupid shit like that.
Yeah. So I don't like it.
It wasn't any, like, how she was already upset about. He didn't see. That's what I said. If he didn't mourn his child, more remorseful. Right, he would have been a little more remorseful and on the same side as
that her. Wasn't his child.
It don't have to be for you to feel
I'm
something
just
with
clarifying.
somebody.
Kim said he didn't want his child. That wasn't his child.
He was a stepdaddy.
Yeah, his bonus child. That ain't the same.
That ain't the
I
same.
really hope it is, but it ain't.
But he did lose a baby with her, and he wasn't really there after that happened. Actually,
he was
so
deuces on during that too.
Right.
He deuces with his real daughters. They ain't seeing him either. He walked past that girl like she won in the hallway. He just ain't fatherly like that. He's ready to go fight somebody.
No.
Rhaenyra's the parent on the show.
Right.
But
she's the only parent. Right.
The
only parent.
Okay,
so then what happened after that was Kristen, the ultimate hypocrite on the show, goes to Eric.
They really killed his character. They destroyed his character.
They said they had to turn off his comments because people are
people harassing him on Instagram.
That's crazy.
That's
so Eric and Eric. So
is
he went
Eric
and Eric. So he went to one of the twins and came up with the idea that you would play your brother and go and kill the queen. But what was funny was he called the cloak.
Is it me? Y'all froze. Y'all froze. I missed it. What happened?
He ran
My internet connection is unstable, and so y'all froze.
I was saying that when Kristen said to Eric that the cloak was a sign of purity and fidelity, and I'm going, dude.
I think the whole world was like, "What? Shut up!"
No. What did you? My line was when he said to Eric, "Where were you when they were killing?" And he was like, "Where were you?"
So you realize that was actually so that was actually the second time he was questioned about his whereabouts, because the first was after the was in the temper tantrum room, and I said that makes sense. Where were you? Because we were trying to figure out, and me and Mike, I was like, well, she's the dowager queen. So I have to explain it to different people who don't read the books or don't follow. I said she's the dowager queen or queen mother, meaning her line of succession is up under her daughter, the queen.
Right.
So Lord Commander is supposed to be overwatch over the active queen and the queen.
That's what Aegon was like, why didn't she have protection?
Yeah.
Right.
He said he was in the bed. He said
he was a bed. Yeah. Yeah, he was
with your mama. But see,
with your mama.
With your mama. So the second, and he's already upset. Otto said something, they all said something.
Yep.
Now you running up on the twin because you're being called out on it.
Yeah.
And you're gonna try to push off your issues
dirty.
on him.
That was so
like,
dirty.
I don't like you.
That was so dirty. I felt so bad for the twins. I did.
Me too.
I felt so bad for them.
Funniest part when they got to arguing and the rest of the Kingsguard said, "Oh, time to go."
They started clearing out. They was like, they did the SpongeBob.
I'm gonna head on out.
They started cleaning up their stuff, get their trays, they lunchroom trays. They started, bro.
Baby, they put that church finger out and said, "Let me scooch on out."
That was funny. That was funny.
During the fight, I lost track of which twin was which.
And I actually watched behind the scenes. They made it really hard. They said they had a hard time telling. They said they actually did it so each twin sustained the same injury.
I saw that they both got sliced on the leg.
Who was who? I was looking.
It was a good.
We knew how it was going to turn out, but I still was like,
yeah, I knew how it was going to turn out too, and I was just like. Same thing.
Right before that last blow, when they were kind of hugged up, and he had the sword, and one of them, I was just like, oh, they both about to just die together.
To the tomb, man.
Yeah,
he had to. Yeah, because the one twin came there to kill the queen, the other twin got to protect her.
Right.
But that's 10 points for Mysaria. I'm so glad that when she was going to that boat, and another thing. Compassionate Rhaenyra, she released her from the prison cell and let her go on about her way. So when she was and she saw the twin, I said, "Ooh, girl, This is your redemption.
Yeah,
what are
because she
you
was
going
like,
to
But
do?
Masaria, she didn't tell.
She did, but
they
that's
didn't
how she
about
got
show
the.
there in time.
they didn't show that she
They didn't
told,
show
but
it,
the other
but that's
twin
how
came. So how would he know to
Jesse.
come up
He
there?
said he saw him when he hit the corner.
He was
He did.
hiding.
He did this when he hit the corner. Like, what was that? And
I
then
thought that was him hiding out until
Hiding.
everybody left,
So
and
when
then he went up. Yeah, that was
right. So that's why they entered the Masaria part, so that she saw him, because she literally just was up there with the one twin.
Right,
So
right.
When she was going to her boat, and she
said a moment. She said a moment, and they stopped.
Right, but
so I think she did actually tell. I think she did.
Think she told.
And that's why when Auric was in there
her.
getting ready to kill Rhaenyra, the other twin bust in. He wouldn't have had to wait that long. If he thought he saw his brother, he would have caught him in the hallway. He wouldn't have let him get inside and almost to her bed. That plan almost worked.
It almost worked. And that's why I was so freaking upset. But that's why I was so happy that, again, when you strategize and you think, you don't just kill your prisoners. Masaria, she did not automatically do that. Right. That's what makes her a better freaking queen, because I am thinking about the consequences of my actions. I don't kill her right now, and I'm going to let her go, and look at how it paid off. Still alive.
She also has training, like you mentioned earlier. She got to sit in on those councils. First, she was her father's water person, and then she had to start training. So that's why I'm saying Aegon never got that. He never even got to be in the room as the cupbearer. Like, he never was in there.
Yeah.
So anywho, was that the last thing I wanted to talk about?
No.
Yeah, the first time I watched it, I didn't know which twin was alive at the end. I thought it was Auric was still alive. But the second time I watched it today, it was Eric with the E.
Yeah.
So even
it was
that's
E.
the part for me was, regardless of who it was, I would have had to kill you anyway. And that's for me, because both of them,
because can't nobody tell the difference.
I can't tell you.
Even if one of them would have lived, those guards at the door, they would have had to kill him anyway, because they didn't know who
but he wouldn't have had to kill himself. I think it was. That's why I figured out it had to be Eric, because he said to her, "Your grace."
Your grace. Well, if you play in a role, you're gonna say your grace.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He was like, "Your grace, I apologize." So I don't think it was
the bad twin.
I don't think it was the good twin that lived. It was the bad one. The one that, anyway.
The assassin.
Yeah.
The one that worked for her was the E.
Yeah, the one that worked with her was the one that was there at the end, because he called her Your Grace. The other one wouldn't have called her that. He wouldn't have apologized to her. He didn't have no love for her. He went there to kill her.
And that's why I said I still, because we are in active war now, even if it was my guy, because they're so identical.
You'd have to kill him.
I would have been like, I would have to kill him.
I would never know which one it was.
I would never know. If you're going to slip something in my juice, you're going to slit my throat while I'm sleeping.
And I think he also killed himself out of grief, because he just had to kill his brother.
And
because he
that
knew,
was great writing.
And he failed. He let somebody get that close to his queen. He was not going to be able to live. So, yeah.
Right.
Now, it was touching.
It was a good scene. It was good. It was good scene. It was good writing. It was good.
Great.
Good.
We haven't talked about Alan and Adam.
No, I have them on my list. I have them on my list.
The one with the long dress that just showed up this week looked like the guy from
Black people.
Chocolate Milli Vanilli. I said that.
He looked like the brown Milli Vanilli guy. Of course, Aaron didn't know who that was. I was like, "You're so 20." So I showed him the picture. Yeah, this was before he was born. Aaron was like,
"Are we sure they're not related? Are we sure that he's not related to them?"
I didn't look it up. He looked just like.
He looked just like one of them.
They do look like one of them.
I'm excited to see how this is going to play out. Like I said, I enjoy explaining it to people.
No spoilers for Kim.
No spoilers.
I said no spoilers.
Oh no, you better not spoil nothing for me. I was happy to see more Black people. So
what are your thoughts? Right. So what are your thoughts, Kim?
I have no idea. I'm waiting for it to play out. I don't even think about it.
Okay,
I don't even
wait for it to play out.
Nope.
But you do know what they said was Corlys owed them. What was said in the show was he said,
when they were talking, he
said he offered. Well, yeah, he offered, but No, he didn't offer.
No, yeah, that's why
Yeah,
he
he
was like,
did
"Who owes you,
offer. He
brother?"
did offer.
Yeah, it'll
Corliss
come
did
back up.
offer for him to go, right? On the next
Yeah.
voyage or whatever.
Yeah. So as long
Yeah.
as you kind of keep that in mind, and they're
Yeah.
in the sea snake
Yeah.
debt, or he owed them some type. That's
But it
good
is
too.
nice to have some more Black folks on the show.
Black
It
people.
is.
I was like,
And they're not doing anything too shady or shifty or evil.
Mm-mm.
I like when we're in roles where we're not depicted like the others. Like,
Yeah.
oh, thank you, Jesus.
And they ain't got to get their head cut off first time you see them.
right.
When like Damon walked up, sliced the dude's head off, I was like, we just met him.
Yeah, but so they showed him on the beach picking up shells and crab, looking at the crab, and I was like, wait, I thought you had cooked goat stew. I was back on the goat stew.
Like, where's the jollof rice? What y'all doing?
Right.
There's a rice and cheese.
He's a chef.
Eating the goat stew, man.
Stupid. Yeah, it's good though. The show is really good. I'm enjoying it.
So my favorite part was all of the 5,000 names that Otto called Aegon.
You know my favorite one.
You said you like trifling.
I was like, we got Black writers in the room this week because white people don't use trifling like that. That's a Black thing.
No, they don't. They really don't.
They'll say like it's a trifling matter. It's a little trifling thing. They use it as like to mean, small or minimal, and we use it like you just discuss, like you trifling. Just trifling ass.
But
he called him idiot first. He said idiot. Then he said
grandson is a fool.
And then he said, no, worse than a fool. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Then he called him thoughtless. He called him thoughtless, then feckless, self-indulgent, impetuous, ill-considered, trifling, and an insolent pup. I was like, damn, all of that from your granddaddy.
Ready for filth. And what he was like, all right, well, then give me that badge back and beat it. He was like, well, you get out of here.
Fired twice. I just
got fired from the same job twice. Don't call me no more. Don't call me no more. Goddamn.
It would have been a twist or a turn that if they threw a monkey wrench in there, had he just went over to the Black side, because that's kind of what he was looking like when he turned around, like
this motherfucker.
Like right, so
his face is always like that. He was like that last week in court when Aegon was trying to give people money and goats and all that kind of stuff. Otto was like, this, like this. Here we go. Like this.
Here we go. Right, like
he said, "You sent the twin alone."
But he said it like it sounded so brilliant, like it was such a cool. But it almost worked. You can't lie.
It's a prank. It's a prank.
He called it a prank. He sure did.
He was clowning the shit out of Aegon. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he said, but Father chose me. He said,
and you really think
that?
Which is interesting because he kind of I guess when Alicent told him about the like what Aegon said on his deathbed, Otto acted like, oh yeah,
Viserys.
Yeah, what Viserys said on his deathbed, Otto's like, oh yeah, like he believed it. He didn't. He just needed a reason to take the throne. He was just like, okay, bet we got this then.
Well, he didn't believe her because you got to think Viserys. I mean, Otto was the hand before Viserys. He'd been around a while. Hell, Alicent probably wasn't even born.
Yeah.
He knew Viserys all these years, so he know that Viserys wasn't gonna make no stupid decision like that, especially after he had already declared Rhaenyra as queen. So it didn't make a lick of damn sense.
No,
he didn't care. He was like, if that's your story, we go with it. Fine.
Yeah.
But even Aemon knows it's a lie, because he said last episode that he said my mother's a usurper.
Yeah.
Eamon said
in
it
this
about his.
episode, he
Speaking of
also
Eamon.
said it. Eamon up in there looking like Lord Voldemort, like
Yes.
girl.
I don't like it.
Again, another reason why Allison's parenting is not good. Because
you all curled up under this
episode,
lady talking about not in public. Dude,
she's not a good mother because he's seeking the love and the comfort
nurturing
for a mother,
Of a
nurturing
prostitute.
from a prostitute. And he's basically saying, you know, I messed up. He's learning he messed up by picking the wrong side. He's saying he messed up with the whole dragon situation, eating that boy, because you just doing too much.
She said eating that boy.
Eating that boy, they ate that boy and he's dragging. So,
yeah, but that's the first time they acknowledged it. So when we saw the scene, he looked like, oh shit, I didn't know that was gonna happen. You know,
but you got
when he came back home, when he came back home, he acted like, yeah, fuck it, I killed him, and what?
I did it.
You know, now all of a sudden he want to be crying. I made a mistake. No, don't be trying to let us empathize with Eamon. We don't like him. He been mean and crazy since he was born, and he's in line to be the next Joffrey. No, thank you.
And he was the one that, listen, I ain't feel bad when he lost his eye because he came, remember when they was kids, he needed to get his little butt whooped, little bit. And, they used to tease me because he didn't have a dragon.
But his brother teased him too.
And took his mother's, he took the other girl's mama's dragon.
The black children's dragon.
Lena.
Mm-hmm. The one that died in childbirth. Yeah, he just like, he was in training to be the next Joffrey or the first Joffrey, I guess. Because this is before them. But anyway.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm like, no, don't try to make us sympathize with him now. Just like last week when they're going to have Alicent lighting a candle and saying the dead baby's name. No.
You done blew up a whole building. Babies, girl, bye.
Bye.
You didn't bye. You didn't say nothing about them children in that brothel that you killed, the fighting pit, or whatever that building was, with all her illegitimate grandkids. So we don't want to hear that.
I ain't feeling her.
Listen, all Alicent care about is getting her groove on. Fuck everything else. As a matter of fact, if Alicent can leave that damn castle right now and takes her Kristen Cole with her, and she had servants and shit like that, she would leave. All she wants to do is have sex every day.
Right. So this is what this is why people also don't like this. Every chance he get, he calling her the B word. He's talking bad about Rhaenyra. But it's like, see, you know, they didn't have the new. It's ain't 2024. Because in 2024, I've been like, wasn't you trying to run away with me though?
Right.
Wasn't you trying to live picking oranges and whatever?
It's giving
picking oranges,
man.
It's
giving.
Me.
Yeah, it's
like,
giving
you're
bitter.
Doing too much.
Yeah. He wanted Rhaenyra to run away with him and be poor and give her purse wrong because he didn't want to be her little side piece. But he okay with being Alicent's side piece. He's in love with the power. Yeah. He wants to be next to the power. Yeah, they did his character pretty dirty, I think.
And he the best looking one on there. Damn.
Because
BBL Crispy.
BBL Crispy. I didn't expect it to go down that road with him. I was like, I didn't expect to hate you this much, sir.
I didn't either. I
didn't expect to hate you this much. But you turned into such an evil man because you're so stuck on Rhaenyra and can't get over. And I would hope that Alicent, like you said, she don't care. She just want to get her groove on. Oh, you still love Rhaenyra? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm still get what I need to get. That ain't got nothing to do with me.
Well, I think they will probably end up having a fight about it. I think he's going to say something slick and she's going to be like, why you always talking about that bitch? And then it'll be a fight. Or if you want Rhaenyra so bad, go find her. Go get her. Right. That's, that's what happened. Like, come on, Moses and Sonny and Destiny.
Damn.
I need Destiny to get some business outside of this story.
Oh, you watch Huntsville too?
A whole nother video.
No, we're not gonna talk about that dumbass show.
We gave them up. We talked about them a little bit last week, but yeah, we're not doing this season. It's pretty dead.
It's dumb. It's DUMBBB.
And in the show, just everybody divorced.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm not
Everybody
rooting for
divorced
any of the
now.
couples. I'm not.
Everybody divorced. Bye.
Wait, Nikita, not even Chris and Nail? Miss Nail.
Oh no, I like Chris and Nail. Never mind, I like Chris
I
and Nail.
do,
That's
but
it. And
they had the
Stormy and
same
Courtney.
issue.
That's
He
it.
cheated on her, and now she done stayed with him. Yes, he did.
She might have cheated too.
They
Yeah,
never
but
came
they've
out.
over.
They
they've
said
over
You
his
don't know
infidelity.
though.
I'm saying that what they've talked about on the show, I can only go on that. All I can go on is what they said out their mouth, is that Chris cheated. And so he
Yeah.
ain't shit either. He cute, but he ain't
Damn.
shit.
He
He
cute, but he
dresses
ain't
very
shit.
nice.
He does.
But
What you
not
say?
to get on Love and Marriage, but
Yeah, like we said, we weren't gonna talk about
not
them.
to get on Love and Marriage.
So
But
the last thing I wanted to talk about, and we can end this, is Aegon was crying. So I'm not a psychologist or a psychiatrist. I'm not gonna speculate. But do you think it was more than him crying for his son? Because I don't know. I kind of refuse to believe that he was just crying over his son. I just because the reason why I say that is because you was free to fuck everybody in Flea Bottom, have kids, and leave those kids poor and destitute and naked and everything else. But this particular kid,
the heir to the throne.
But it's the heir to the throne, though.
But so we don't know if those are boys. Those could be boys too. Boys.
He ain't claiming them though. But he ain't claiming them though. This kid is his visible heir. Like
what I'm saying, that's my point. It's hypocritical even in the crying. Like really you crying over this one, but you got 17 Nick Cannon over here. Like
I don't know dudes
I'm like that. That's got kids and then get with somebody else had kids with the new woman and giving those kids love and attention and act like they don't remember the first ones.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah,
but that's, to me, I'm with you.
Shit ain't surprising.
It was more than just about the son. It's about he's overwhelmed. It's a lot. Yeah. He doesn't have a peaceful reign. Some of the Targaryen rulers had peaceful reigns from what the Jaehaerys or whatever they had in the Great Council, but he's overwhelmed.
Yeah, and he just wanted to have fun. He just wanted to enjoy himself, have everybody love him, and just do what he wants. And now he got to deal with this bullshit. They made him look stupid and weak, and they walked right up in his house and killed his son with everybody home. Everybody home. It wasn't like
everybody home.
Everybody home, and they just walked in your house and killed your son in the middle of the night with your wife, sister watching, and your nephew, your daughter, niece watching. I mean, child.
And he's okay. So the typical, it looked like that's what I'm saying. That's why I can't hate Aegon.
Sister, wife, daughter, niece.
Right. So if you remember the scene from Blood and Cheese when he was in the throne room hanging with his homies. He's like a typical frat boy. Rich frat boy enjoying his life. I'm on the throne. Yeah, you look cool. That's him. And that's why I can't hate that.
And it's not fair that he got to grow up. It's not fair.
He has to grow up.
That's what he cried about. It ain't fair.
First world problems.
He did not think he would have to hang on. Like he said, he did it, and he has to pretend like that was something he really wanted to do. He probably didn't really want to hang on them rat catchers, but he got to show face to prove that he's not weak and he's
did nobody else know about that. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's just stupid.
But his grandfather.
It would have got out. Don't no secrets stay.
He couldn't sit there and be like, oh, I didn't think. Oh my God, no. He had to stand there and be like, yeah, I did it. But that's not who he is on the inside. That's definitely not who he is. But he had to act like that was something he really, really, really thought was a great idea instead of like, dang, man, I really messed up.
And he had to make it seem like it was his idea, like he had a smart idea. Because everything else that he decides, Otto be like, no, we're not doing that. No, you're not giving him no sheep. No, you're not finna get him no money. No.
No guts? No guts for the guts too?
No, simmer down.
Simmer down.
Otto, everything he want to do, Otto's like, no, simmer down. So
Yeah, he's just overwhelmed. That's why I said I cannot hate Aegon, because he was thrown into this blindly and he's not prepared whatsoever. And he's going off of emotion and pure just anger based on not just being the king in a position he didn't want to be in, but now you got your uncle, your grandfather over here, your mom getting on your nerves. And it's like,
I blame Rhaenys. If Rhaenys would have just burnt them up,
flamed on. If she had just
we wouldn't even be having this damn conversation. It'd be some totally different. We'd only have 2 episodes.
Oh no, we can't. That was actually from behind the scenes on HBO. They said they just kind of threw that part in there. So I said, okay, well, it's not a horrible part, but
they threw what part in there?
Her busting up through the
yeah.
floor and all that. So they kind of just threw that in there. But I was like, I mean, it wasn't horrible because we know that they have more of a. If she would have just burnt them all, we wouldn't have nothing to talk about.
She could have just stood there and been like Dracarys.
Dracarys, right.
Oh man, that would have been so fire. I would have been like,
literally.
or ate somebody, had the dragon eat them.
Yeah, because she did kill people when she bust up in there. A lot of folks got
a lot of folks
trampled and stuff. She might
somebody got stepped on.
That damn tail was knocking folks out.
Might as well had a flamed on. Might as well.
That's what I'm saying. Why not?
As Yana said, might as well.
I would have been pissed off. I'm there to see the king coronation or whatever. And I'm
just
chilling with my family.
And you woke up dead.
And I woke up dead. That's messed up.
Or the people got stepped on by the dragon. Like, see, this is why I stayed where I stayed.
This is why I don't fool with them damn
my
royals.
baskets, right? I could have been making baskets.
That's why I eat.
Especially if it was controversial. Because the whole kingdom knew that Rhaenyra was next in line for the throne. So now you telling,
It was very controversial. Well,
right. So I wouldn't have been there if it was that damn controversial. Because I'd have been like, wait, hold up.
But
what happened to Rhaenyra? Where's she at?
In Game of Thrones and in this series, they kind of allude to the fact that the common folk and the small folk kind of are, I guess you could say, fickle. Like they kind of, if they don't
go with the flow, whatever.
They go with whatever. Yeah, they don't have.
It ain't like they voted for them.
No, they don't have the major houses did the voting in the Great Council. So the common small folk, baby, we just go with what y'all tell us. We don't.
They just going along with whatever they told.
So I think that's kind of
very much true. Like what people do here in this damn country.
Right, it's true. It's like she said he the king, now he the king, baby. I don't care. I'm still in flea bottom. I'm still stroke. I'm still poor. Like it ain't.
Yeah, and that lady said she had to pay 3 times the amount for that chicken.
That sounds like us too.
Girl,
that's real talk at the grocery store. You in there making life decisions.
Like, do I really need this damn?
Right. I'd be like, ooh, I picked up 2. Right, put that back.
He's standing in there for real, like milk is how much? I mean, in the store, like it's eggs, how much?
Really?
Somebody I know posted the other day about that salmon you get in the can and you make the salmon patties like for breakfast or whatever.
Salmon croquettes.
Salmon croquettes you can make, like you can feed your whole family on a can or 2 of salmon and some rice or whatever. None of that anymore. You know how much that costs?
Like $3.
They like almost $5 now. Those cans are like almost $5 now. They $4.
I gotta go check and see if we got some. I gotta go check in the can because it's
in the store like
ridiculous.
Like it's crazy.
That lady said it is. But see, that is another character they introduced to us. The guy with the sick baby and Hugh. So I love that. See, you see how Power was supposed to introduce and then let it breathe. They didn't introduce and throw in a whole bunch of stuff and get in how he like, oh, look at Hugh. Now he doing this. No, we just slowly
we're gonna ease into it.
See him just like Adam and Alan. We're gonna slowly ease y'all into it. Get y'all used to seeing their faces. Okay.
You ain't gotta kill all the royals the first episode. You ain't gotta have no 20-person shootout. So but they also know that Power is ending. This is it for Power. So they got to throw everything at you
Game of
right now.
Thrones, you're correct. Because the
House of
last
the Dragon.
hated it. I hated season 8 of Game of Thrones. Worst season ever.
But it's so bad. I didn't hate it, but they could have done better.
I hated it.
They could have done better, but I didn't hate it. I watched every week like,
right, we was like, okay, great. So this is the thing. They didn't let it breathe either, season 8. And they also they dropped a lot of the character arcs and storylines, and I think they should have done better with wrapping that up. How you introduce us to this whole, what was the symbol that's the Night King, or they put the little circle? We don't know what that's about. They introduced us to this storyline, didn't close that out. I think that was the problem.
Whole
they did not close up.
Raven, the whole boy in the wheelchair, none of that came together.
Stark and all of that.
None of that came
never
together.
Really made sense because the author had never finished the books, so they just was, they winging it at that point.
Right. So the sad part is
but this time they know they have more. They got another season already approved, so they can take their time. They already know we got some more story to tell, so they ain't got to rush and try to finish the book this season.
Yeah, because the book is done. It's thick too. It's a lot, so it's good. But I do think that you can't watch Game of Thrones and then not finish it because it keeps you captivated.
Yeah,
it keeps you,
I finished it. I just wasn't happy with it at all.
Yeah, it could have been wrapped up better. But House of the Dragon, we shouldn't get that. So we can only pray.
Fingers crossed. It's really good right now, but we'll see.
It is.
So so I can't wait to see next week. I'm kind of sick of these taking too long. We need to have 2 episodes. I need 2 episodes.
It's only 8, so I don't want it to end too fast.
It's only 8.
I hope I think it's only 8 this season.
Oh damn.
I know.
Damn, that means it'll go out at the same time as goddamn Power, and we back to not having shows to watch because this P-Valley thing. Back. Well, I looked at it again. I don't think that P-Valley is the actual show.
No, it's a documentary.
No, not that, but the actual P-Valley is coming back, right?
Yeah, but we don't know when.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah.
If not, hopefully
we waiting on Forrest to come back on. I don't care about Raising Kanan.
Listen, I would tell y'all, go watch Down with the Jericho.
No. And isn't that the one getting a divorce?
Oh, they divorced already.
Who? What happened?
Isn't that the one with the 35 kids? And
he has 14.
Only getting $1,000 a month for all 35 of them children.
He would have to take half of them kids. I'm sorry. He got to take half them kids.
Oh, no, he's not leaving. He's not leaving.
Ain't no way.
This would have been me in the courthouse.
Ain't no helping. There's no helping you with the kids. They are your kids. You take care of your kids. You don't help me do nothing with the kids.
You'd have been in that. You'd have still been in that house.
They wouldn't have got divorced. I would have been
I wouldn't have had.
I would not have
divorced either.
Thank you, that part.
Period.
They say you're not supposed to have as many children like that you can't take care of alone. But she claims that she did a video talking about, I want a vacation and time to myself. Man, you should have thought about that 12 kids ago. You ain't got time for vacations and self-care. You got
tell her she can wait.
Children.
Listen, how old is the youngest?
Ooh, they like 6, 7.
They little. Yeah, they little kids.
You just gonna have to wait.
Look, at my class reunion this last weekend, 35 years from high school. One of my classmates.
Hey, you graduated when I was born. Oh, I wasn't saying
it. No, it's fine. You were born the year before I graduated. But everybody thought that was my baby. Like, no,
I was at the graduation, like I'm here. Hello.
Yes. So one of my classmates was there. I ain't seen him since we graduated. I was like, so how you doing? I heard you got a few kids. He was like 11. I said, say what now? He said he got 11 kids.
How many baby mamas?
The oldest is like 30.
Oh, okay. So
right after high school. And the youngest is 3. He got a grandchild older than his youngest child. I was like, you out your Damn.
Is it all by the same woman?
No, he said he on his third marriage. But still.
It's a lot. They
That's
say
a lot of
that's a lot of mouth to feed, but
that's a lot
you know,
of kids.
I
a
just
lot of kids.
I don't play those games with people that say, "Oh, I want." I don't feel sorry for like any people that participate in the more than 7, 8 club. I don't want to hear nothing about vacation.
The
I don't
more
wanna hear
than
nothing
one
about
club.
self-care. I don't want to hear nothing about me time. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear none of that because that was something you could have if you had thought about the consequences of multiple recreating babies. Like, I don't want to hear it because that's what this woman is talking. Self-care, and I'm gonna find me. Girl, go find you in them 13 faces that you created. Go find you in there.
You can find you after that youngest one graduates from high school.
I don't want to hear nothing about I need to find myself, but that show is still on. Y'all can watch that.
Nope.
No, thank you.
I could care less. I would never watch anything
I
like
could not
that.
care any less.
I never watched those family shows like that on TLC. I could never get into it, and I was like, maybe because
I did watch one. I think it was. I think
running around like that. It's too much. It's like my sensory be overloaded.
I think it was on TLC. The one about the former football player
that had a whole bunch of kids.
They had a whole bunch. Yeah, the Cromarties.
Cromarties. I did watch that one. Cause I was like, I watch football. Who is he?
I'm not used to those. I've been around families, big families, and there's still a lot of because I'm not used to 4, 5, 6 kids running around in the like I said, I'm not even used to that outside. My class ain't even that chaotic like that. So I can only imagine being at home in a quiet
environment. And then it's not fair to the older kids because the older kids end up having to take care of the younger ones because the mama can't do all of that.
And they only got one oldest.
Not fair
She's
to them.
18. She's only 18. I said, girl, and they was having issues.
I hope she gone.
Baby, I'm getting home.
I'm running.
On Zoom. Catch me on Zoom. Hey, y'all.
And so I wonder, is she going to be the type that when she gets married to want to have a big family because that's what she used to? Or she going to be like, I don't want none.
It's enough of them to keep the family line going. So I don't think it's that deep. But I said, girl, I can't do it. I think that's just a lot. So y'all can watch Down Home with the Dorica.
No, so on that note, thank you for joining us today on I Ain't Trying to Be Funny, but with Keita and Kim.
And
tell us what you think.
And me.
And thanks to our special guest, Robin. We enjoyed you, Robin, as usual. Thanks for being our special guest again. Till next time.
I holla.
Deuces.
Right, bye.